Today is a quick video about blue. I mean, blue is a primary, right? So we should understand blue. However, there are a lot of blues out there. Have you seen all of those names? So I just want to go over the main blues that you might see if you are a painter. These are acrylic samples, but oil paint is going to be pretty much the same. And if you are looking at a name that has like X's and Z's and Q's in it, aside from turquoise, then you're probably looking at one of the newer synthetic paints. Those are factory made, which means that they can make consistently beautiful colors that are also often very strong tinting and really good at having vibrant colors. So vibrant, strong tinters, often transparent, which is like a really amazing combination. But you need to know that if you are working with a phthalo blue or a phthalo green, they're gonna take over the world. Like, when you mix with those, I want you to use the smallest dot possible to mix because they are so strong. They're crazy strong. Ultramarine blue is our kind of what we think of as like almost like our normal blue, our standard blue. Ultramarine blue is this one right here, and when we tint it with white, this is all the same color with titanium white. When we tint it with white, we can see that it kind of still feels a little bit purpley. So all primaries are going to go to one side of the color wheel or another. So if we take a look here real quick at our color wheel, what we're going to see is that we have a blue, but the blue might lean a little bit purple or the blue might lean a little bit green. Just like a red leans a little bit purple or a little bit orangey yellow. And so that's not different with blues, but knowing your blues is really helpful. So these are not in any particular order that you need to memorize. You have to memorize this or you're going to lose a star. No, just kidding. Don't have school flashbacks. You're okay. I like anthraquinone blue for a whole series I did of the Oregon coast because that cold Pacific water, just this anthraquinone is beautiful for that. I'm still, of course, mixing other colors into it as I work, but it's great for that. If I was in the Caribbean, I would not want that color. That would not be a good starting point. I might go phthalo, I might go cobalt, something bright and kind of happy, we might think of it. Also look at your blue skies. Is your sky like turquoisey color? Because cerulean blue ends up looking a little bit green. And cobalt is a good sky color. It just kind of depends on what you're going with, right? So when you're picking your blue as your primary, pick a blue that's gonna get you where you wanna go. So here we can see ultramarine blue mixing with a phthalo green. You get a lot of really beautiful, deep turquoise, blue-green colors. This is ultramarine blue mixing with a cad yellow, and you can see you get a lot of really pretty greens. They are a little bit browned down because the ultramarine blue is a little bit to the red side, which means we've added a third primary in, and third primaries always mean brown time. That's how we make brown. All three primaries get together, they have a mud party. That's what happens. Cobalt blue, we can see that we have really similar mixtures, right? It's not that different in here. It doesn't get different until we get a lot of blue in it. So if you're not sure what your blue is going to do, take it out and get some sheets of paper. I like the Canson canvas paper, works great. It's really affordable, so it doesn't feel precious to me, but it's archival, so it holds up if I happen to do something I like, right? And, you know, mix yourself some color palettes so you can understand. I literally have had this for years. It is so helpful. I know all of this, but it's so helpful to have it right in front of me and not have to try to do color recall, because You can't really do color recall no matter how good you are at it. Let's see some examples of blue. All right, so this is like a canvas, small canvas, and non-stretched. And I was looking for a summer sky, and you can tell that the paper is toned with an earth tone. And this is more of a cerulean blue. See? This one. All right, you can go like, well, what were we doing here? Well, I was mixing a couple of different things in. We have the greens and stuff from before. If we look up here, we can go, okay, there's still a little bit of green mixed in with the sky. I happen to know it wasn't cobalt turquoise, although that is, like, I mixed it accidentally, and that's pretty funny. So this was a combination of ultramarine blue with a little bit of phthalo blue, and then some mudding it up with some other colors. So, you know, you can end up mixing to some of these a little bit sometimes. But you have to start with blue to end up with blue. Except for dioxazine purple and phthalo blue, for some reason, I mean phthalo green, for some reason make a blue. I don't understand that, but they do. This one. Right, oh, phthalo blue. So when I first looked at this, I was like, oh yeah, that's ultramarine. And I was like, wait a minute, that's not ultramarine. It's phthalo blue. So sometimes if you have mixed something already and then you want to like go back and recreate that, like this is a small study for a larger painting. If I wanted to go back and create this color and I forgot which blue I was playing with, sometimes these charts are really helpful just to go, oh, yeah. Also, you can see how the transparent keeps it from being dull. See how like shiny and beautiful the phthalos are? And then that just feels really dull. So be aware of that too. So there's a lot of beautiful blues. I invite you to try them slowly. Try mixing them with a couple different colors. Don't worry about making art if you're not familiar with that particular tube and what it's gonna do. Just make yourself some color charts. You can have a lot of fun with color charts. And that sounds like I am such a dork, but I promise, because mixing color is fun, and then being able to like have some notes about how you got there is helpful if you're not used to it. So go ahead and make yourself some color charts, mix some things up, see what's going on. And also sometimes the thing that you think is blue isn't blue at all. This is this is actually really far up north on the Sacramento River, and this is a waterfall that's coming into the river, and this is the river. The river is very small at this point, and none of this is blue, right? So if I had thought, well, water's blue and sky's blue, and you know, I'm grabbing blues because my brain is trying to be really helpful to me and say, hey, I know all these things, Kristen, this is what they are, you know, sky's blue and water's blue, but that wouldn't be what these colors are. So question yourself, when you ask yourself what color is that really blue, or is it another color? But there's a lot of fun things out there, and life is short. Mix a lot of paint, have a good time. And drop me a comment of what your favorite primary is on your palette, and bonus points if you can tell me why.
Please like and subscribe for more, or visit my website at kristenoneilart.com for online classes.